In example 8, we have a family of cubic polynomials. We're going to graph the function y equals x cubed plus c times x for various values of the number c. How does the graph change when c is changed? So, for the value of c, let's try the values when it's -2, -1, when it's 0, and it's 1, and then it's 2. Let's try 2 first. So y is equal to x cubed plus cx. We're going to use Desmos for this. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in our graph. So we have x cubed, and we're going to put plus 2x. Okay, so what do we notice about this graph? Okay, it's increasing from left to right. Okay, let's put in the next one where the coefficient is 1. So we have x cubed plus x. So it is still increasing from left to right. Slower, but it's still increasing from left to right. Okay, let's see what happens here. We have x cubed. So what happens here on the green one? Well, you can see here that it flattens out at 0 when we have 0 in for c. So x cubed, it flattens out. Let's see what happens when we put in the minus there. So we have x cubed, and that's minus x. Well, now what happens is when you subtract, you end up having a maximum and a minimum point, meaning peaks and valleys. And then let's take a look at when we have x cubed minus 2x. Well, now the peaks and the values start to increase. So you can see here, as we get smaller with that coefficient, then therefore it increases. So, again, what do we need to say about this? Well, this is what our graphs end up being. Okay, so whenever our values were positive, 2 and 1, we can see that it was increasing from left to right. When it was 0, we saw that it flattened out at 0. So it flattens at 0. And then when we made them the negative, then we had a minimum and maximum, where we had peaks and valleys. So again, when you're looking at a graph, and especially as we proceed more in this class, you're going to want to be able to describe what's happening when you change the dynamics of each particular function. In this case, when we changed according to the constant here, you can see what happens in each particular scenario.